Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. I have a new card challenge that starts today. The theme is 1, 2, 3. Your card needs to feature 1 circle, 2 pattern papers, and 3 pieces of bling or some type of embellishment. For my cards, I'm using a paper collection from Paper Rose. This is Amy's Farmhouse. I used these papers for a previous card challenge and decided to pull it out again since it's beautiful. For my first cards, I'm using a sketch from Mojo Monday. This is number 547. And you can see I have my 2 pattern papers selected. I have some plaid paper for that larger rectangle in the background, and then for the strip on the left, I have some purple polka dot paper. I'm not going to use any cardstock to layer this plaid piece. Instead, I'm going to use some of the purple mirror peel-offs. These are from Love from Lizi. This is the pinstripe style. I'm trying to use some of these small pieces since I always end up with little pieces, but I did have to go and grab a full strip. But I'll save the rest of that for another card. I'm going to tuck the ends around this panel just to make sure they're not going to come loose on the card, and then I'll layer this on some purple cardstock. I'll make sure I have that panel the correct direction to hide those gaps from my peel-offs. Before I adhere this purple polka dot paper, I'm going to put some scrap cardstock on the upper and lower area where it goes off of that plaid paper, just to keep everything nice and level. And I cut my little banner for this piece on the right side. And I will also add that thin piece of cardstock to the very top where it goes off of that plaid paper. Didn't need very much. And adhere that piece to my card. I'll put my card front onto a card base. And for this card, I am following the card sketch fairly closely. I cut out a stitched circle die cut, used some pretty shimmer paper. I'll just adhere that to my card using some liquid adhesive. For the image on this card, I'm using one of Paper Rose's Scribble Heart dies. It's the smaller size. And I cut this out of some beautiful iridescent cardstock by Tonic Studios. This is the Petal pink color. It has a gorgeous shimmer to it, and just depending on how the light hits it, it even has a little bit of a rainbow look. So I just adhere that to the card using some liquid adhesive. For sentiment, I'm using one of the black and white sentiment strips. This is also from Paper Rose. And I selected the sentiment just because. I'll adhere it to the lower right side of the heart. I'm going to add some scrap cardstock on the right side of this little sentiment strip, just trying to keep everything nice and even. And I'll put some liquid adhesive on the back and adhere that in place. So far my card has 1 circle, 2 pattern papers, so now it's time to add 3 pieces of bling. I'm going to use the clear crystal shaker mix by Paper Rose. There's an assortment of sizes included, and even though it's labeled as a shaker mix, you can still use it as bling. There isn't any adhesive on the back. So first I'm going to lay them out on my card, decide placement, then I'll add some liquid adhesive, and I am using my embellishment wand to help pick those up. So that glue will dry clear, so you're not going to see that white glue behind. I did make a total of 3 cards. These are all papers from the Amy's Farmhouse collection. I just used different pattern papers for each card. And you can see in the pictures the different colors of that iridescent cardstock. It just depends on how the light hits it. I decided I would do one more card for another example. This time I'm using a sketch from MFT. This is number 504. I'm still using the Amy's Farmhouse paper collection. I have the green lattice paper for the background, and I'm using this floral paper with the pink background for the large banner. And I decided I would round the bottom 2 corners just for something a little different. So I also rounded the cardstock. I used some stitched strip dies from Pretty Pink Posh. These 2 different sizes and some solid purple cardstock for these pieces. I'll adhere the largest piece first. Try to make sure to get it nice and straight, and then I can adhere the thinner strips next. And I have them hanging off of the right side, and I'll just trim that off. Needed a little more glue on that top strip. So I'll just flip over that panel and trim off the excess. I'll go ahead and adhere this piece onto some green cardstock. Then I'll put my card front onto a card base. As I'm watching this video and recording the voiceover, it really bothers me that my nail polish does not match the paper collection at all. I was working on another video and decided to set that aside for a bit so I could do another card challenge, since it'd been at least a month since my last card challenge. So just overlook that my nail polish does not match this time. I'm adhering this banner down more toward the right side of the card. I did put that scrap cardstock on the upper and lower pieces. I've already gone ahead and stamped out the sentiment. This is a little something to brighten your day, and it's a set from Paper Rose called Daisy Days. I decided to add that stitched circle die cut. I used some more of the shimmer paper, and now I have my circle for my card. I'm also using the word hello. This is a die from Paper Rose. I cut it out of that same iridescent cardstock, and now I'll add my 3 pieces of bling. I'm just going to use the same crystal mix. I'll put 2 of them on the lower side of the circle on the left, and then 1 above the sentiment. So there is my finished card, and again I did make 3 using the same paper collection, just mixed up the pattern papers. I've been so busy making holiday and seasonal cards, it was a nice change to make some general cards instead. I will add links for all of the products I used in the description box below if you are interested. So here's another look at the 6 cards I made for my 1, 2, 3 card challenge. So you're going to need 1 circle, 2 pieces of pattern paper, and 3 pieces of bling or some type of embellishment. If you'd like to play along with my card challenge, you can head over to my Facebook or my Instagram page. If you share on Instagram, be sure to use the hashtag kristiescardchallenge. I have links for my social media pages in the description box below. And as always, there's no time frame, just play along when you have a chance. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.